Pop quiz. Without Googling the answer, what's UHMW? Now, I'm pretty sure that most of you watching don't really know the answer to that question, even though UHMW is a term that comes up a lot with home gym equipment reviews. So I recruited my guy Jake from the Garage Gym Experiment podcast, who also happens to be the organizer of Home Gym Con, to give you a class on UHMW. He's going to break down what it is, why it's necessary, and where you should expect to find it on equipment you're thinking about buying. So get out your notebooks because class is in session starting now.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jake from Garage Gym Experiment. You can find me over on YouTube at Garage Gym Radio doing podcasts. I also run the Garage Gym Experiment Instagram channel, and I'm putting together this little event called Home Gym Con, which I definitely think you should check out. I'm here taking over John's channel to talk about the exciting topic of UHMW and how it relates to us home gym owners. So, number one, what is UHMW? So I don't know this definition off the top of my head, so I had to get some help from Kerbel Plastics, and they state that it is, well, first of all, it's also called ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. So it's an extremely tough plastic with high abrasion and wear resistance. The versatility of polyethylene has made it popular plastics for countless industrial applications that require durability, low friction, and chemical resistance. So applications include UHMW wear strips, chain guides, packaging machinery parts, and marine dock fender pads, and gym equipment. So what is it good for within the home gym? Or I guess, what is it good for in general as well? So number one, it helps protect surfaces. So primarily it's used to protect metal surfaces from scratching and abrasion. So for example, you can use UHMW at the bottom of power racks or squat stands so that it doesn't damage the floor. It's also very popular on J-cups to protect barbells and other equipment from damaging. It reduces friction. So UHMW has a very low coefficient of friction, which means that it slides smoothly against other surfaces. This makes it ideal for many movements such as like sliding a barbell or sliding weight sleds, for example. And then it's also good at absorbing impact. So UHMW is also very impact resistant, which means that it can absorb a ton of force without breaking. This makes it ideal for a lot of things like a barbell being slammed to the J-cups on your rack. All right, next up, where do you find it in the home gym? So to a lot of the home people who've been building out their home gyms for a while, you may know this, or you may just kind of understand this from buying gym equipment. And I've also mentioned it for a few things, but you'll really see it from like J-cups and safety spotters to primarily protect your barbell, weight sleds to protect the floor. You'll see UHMW liners on the bottom of some power racks or squat stands so that they can protect the floor, or like you'll see it at the bottom of certain strength equipment. So if you slide it, it won't be killing your floor. And then also rack attachments so that you can protect those precious racks. For example, I have a few pictures up here. At the bottom is like the Rogue monoliths where it has UHMW to protect the rack from scraping on metal and metal. And then just another random example is this deadlift jack from Exponent Edge, where you can see the UHMW at the top. So that it's protecting your barbell when you're putting it up and down. And then a few more examples. I chose Cleva specifically because they seem to be doing this just at an incredibly high level and well thought out level, I should say. So for example, the Genesis Jack 2.0, it's a deadlift jack where you at one point it's going to be touching the bar, and then another point it's going to be digging into the floor. So you'll see UHMW at the where it would be touching the barbell, and then also at the floor, and then also the A joint landmine. For example, you'll see the liner within the tube where the barbell would go. All right, and then home gym owner beware. So in general, I think most of the reputable companies have had this figured out. You will only, especially nowadays, you'll only really see issues with some of the first-time companies or companies kind of still fleshing out products, or with like Amazon resellers who are just kind of pumping out products, not giving much thought into it. But most of the companies with the reputable brands, they are really thinking about the products that they are bringing to the market. And UHMW is just kind of an obvious thing that they'll add because they know that most people want to protect their floors, want to protect their barbells, etc. So in general, you just when purchasing these things like sleds or rack attachments or J-cups, you just want to make sure that they're including that in the product description, and that you just really never want metal on metal. I think like as I was building out my home gym, I kind of learned the hard way. I bought a number of rack attachments, and this was like before I like was noticing things like this in the product descriptions. But I bought some rack attachments from Frey Fitness, like when they were first getting going, and it did not, like for example in the picture you will see the jammer arms. They didn't have a protective liner when touching the rack, or with the arms to the handle when you adjust the arms of the handle. So it did scrape up my rack, and it did scrape up the actual lever arm. So definitely learn the hard way, and the same thing with their monoliths. So basically, yeah, you kind of get what you pay for there. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of UHMW in gym equipment. If you have any other thoughts, please add them into the description. So that's going to do it. Thanks.